Some versions of Microsoft SQL Server allow us to compress our backups. In SQL Server 2014, it is both the Enterprise and the Standard Edition allow compressed backups. The Express Edition does not. Some previous versions of SQL Server only did compressed backups in the Enterprise Edition. All versions of SQL Server can restore a compressed backup. So don't worry about the fact that your backup is compressed would cause it to be unable to be restored by a different version of SQL Server. Everybody can restore, that's not a problem, just only certain versions can do the compressed backups. As a little experiment, I'm going to do 2 quick backups, one with compression and one without compression. When using T-SQL to back up a database, all we have to do is add the phrase with compression to the end of the command, and the database will be compressed. I'll go ahead and run these, and once we get the successful message, I'll go look at the files. Without compression came up to 194 megabytes. With compression, only 45 megabytes. So that is a very good compression ratio. The compressed file is about 1/4 the size of the uncompressed files. Exactly how much space savings you get when you perform your compression really depends on the type of data in your database. Text-based data usually compresses very well. Using compression in a backup does cause the server to use slightly more processor. The processors need to perform the encryption algorithm. However, in most backup scenarios, our bottleneck is going to be disk speed. How fast can we write to the disk? Well, in this case, with compression, we would only be writing 1/4 as much data to the disk, and therefore, the backup could take place much quicker. So typically, a compressed backup not only saves us disk space, but also saves us time. So if the version of SQL Server you're using does support compressed backups, I recommend to use it almost every time you take a backup.